Would you rather have millions of dollars or a good reputation that opens doors everywhere you go? The Bible tells us in Proverbs 22:1, a good name is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver or gold. Today, let's uncover why your character and integrity are worth more than all the money in the world. Asterisk, asterisk, in America today, we live in a culture that praises wealth. Think about it, we scroll through Instagram or TikTok and what do we see? Luxury cars, million-dollar homes, dream vacations, closets filled with designer clothes. We watch TV shows that glamorize business empires and celebrities who seem to have everything. Our society is constantly whispering, or sometimes shouting, if you want to be important, you need money. If you want to be respected, you need status. If you want to be happy, you need more. And let's be honest, money can make life more comfortable. There's nothing wrong with having a nice house, driving a reliable car, or providing opportunities for your family. The Bible never says wealth itself is evil. But here's the problem. Too often we equate wealth with worth. We confuse possessions with identity. And when that happens, we begin to chase money at the cost of something far more valuable, our good name, our reputation, our integrity. Ask anyone who's lost trust or damaged their name, and they'll tell you the truth. All the money in the world can't buy back respect. A business owner who cheats his clients may earn profits for a while, but eventually, his name becomes a warning, not a blessing. A public figure who compromises their values might rise quickly, but when their secrets come out, they fall even faster. Parents who teach their kids to chase money but neglect character often watch their children grow up without direction. And here's the part we don't always admit. Deep down, we know respect and integrity are priceless. Think of your own life, the teachers who influenced you most, the mentors you admire, the grandparents who left you with wisdom. Chances are, you don't remember them for their bank accounts. You remember them for their character, for the way they carried themselves, for the honesty in their words, the kindness in their actions, the faith that guided their choices. This message isn't about hating wealth. God Himself blesses His children with abundance. But it's about remembering what God values more. Proverbs 22:1 reminds us clearly, a good name is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver or gold. In other words, your reputation, the way people speak about you when you're not in the room, is more precious than money. Your integrity, the way you live when no one is watching, is worth more than any bank account. And the beautiful thing is, this isn't just spiritual truth, it's practical too. When people know you're trustworthy, when your word means something, opportunities come your way that money alone can't unlock. A pure heart earns respect in places where riches fail. So as we continue, I want you to pause and ask yourself this: am I building my life on wealth that fades, or on a name that lasts? Because at the end of the day, wealth can slip away in an instant, but your good name can echo for generations. Proverbs 22:1 gives us a timeless truth. A good name is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver or gold. Think about that for a moment. The Bible doesn't say wealth is evil, and it doesn't say we shouldn't work hard to provide for our families. What it does say is that compared to money, compared to all the riches in the world, your name, your reputation, your honor, those are treasures that outlast everything else. Money fades. It doesn't matter if you have $100 in your wallet or $100 million in your bank account. One day, it can disappear. Stocks rise and stocks crash. Gold that shines today can lose its luster tomorrow. Economies shift, currencies change, and fortunes can vanish in an instant. But your integrity, that's different. Integrity is eternal. It's something that echoes through generations. When your children speak your name, will they do it with pride and gratitude, or with shame? When your friends or coworkers talk about you, will they remember you as someone who lived with honesty, or as someone who compromised when it mattered most? The Bible makes it clear. Character outlives cash. Honor outshines silver. A good name is a treasure you can't put a price tag on. Think about leaders throughout history. Some had incredible power and wealth, but they're remembered in disgrace because of corruption or cruelty. Others may not have had the same riches, but their names live on because of their character, their integrity, their faith. Or think about parents and mentors in your own life. Chances are, the people who made the biggest impact on you weren't the ones with the most money. It was the ones who showed up when you needed them. The ones who kept their promises. The ones who modeled kindness, honesty, and faithfulness. Their lives may not have made headlines, but their names carry weight in your heart. That's what Proverbs 22:1 is teaching us. It's not just a proverb, it's a principle. Wealth can fill your hands, but a good name fills your life with meaning. Wealth can buy you comfort, but it cannot buy you peace. Wealth can earn you followers, but it cannot earn you trust. So, what does God call us to do? He calls us to build lives of integrity, to value purity over profit, to walk in honesty, even when dishonesty looks easier, to honor our commitments, even when no one else is watching, because when you live this way, you're building wealth that lasts forever, a name that will outlive your possessions. So don't measure your worth by your bank account, measure it by your integrity. Because money fades, but your good name, your character, your faith, that's a treasure that echoes for generations. Your good name is like a key that can open doors money will never unlock. Think about it. Employers don't just hire people because of flashy resumes or because they brag about what they can do. They hire people they can trust. Communities don't just follow leaders because they have power or money. They follow leaders whose lives reflect consistency, honesty, and care for others. Even in families, children don't just listen to what parents say, they imitate what parents do. A child who watches a mother keep her promises, or a father who admits when he's wrong and asks for forgiveness, grows up understanding that integrity matters more than image, and those lessons stay with them far longer than any allowance or inheritance ever could. Let's get practical. Imagine you're running a business. You may not have the biggest marketing budget or the fanciest office, but if your name carries a reputation of honesty, people know you deliver what you promise. You don't cut corners, and you treat people fairly. Customers will come back again and again. They'll recommend you to others. Your good name will keep the business alive, even when the market is shaky. Or think about friendships. Money might buy you a crowd for a while, but only a good name keeps real friends around. When life gets hard, and we all know it will, people don't stand by you because of your wealth. They stand by you because they know your heart. And here's something powerful. When you walk with a pure heart, your wealth becomes more than financial. It becomes relational, spiritual, and even generational. Relational wealth means you are surrounded by people who trust and respect you. Spiritual wealth means you carry peace, joy, and favor from God that no amount of money can purchase. And generational wealth. That's when your children and grandchildren inherit not just money, but a legacy of character, a name that opens doors for them long after you're gone. Think about it. Which would you rather pass down? A bank account that can disappear overnight, or a reputation that blesses your family for decades? Many of us know families where the name itself carries weight. When people hear the name, they think, oh yes, that's a good family. That's a name I trust. That's the power of Proverbs 22:1 in action, and here's the encouragement. You don't have to be rich to start building that kind of wealth. Every choice you make at work, in your neighborhood, in your home, is adding to your name. Honesty, kindness, faithfulness, humility, these are bricks in the foundation of a good reputation. And once that foundation is strong, no economic crash, no sudden loss, no storm of life can take away the wealth you've built in your name. Now here's the warning. Chasing wealth without guarding your name can destroy everything. The Bible is clear that there's nothing wrong with having riches, but it is dangerous when riches become more important than righteousness. We don't have to look far to see the truth of this. Think about the endless news stories of celebrities, politicians, or business leaders who seemed untouchable one day, their names on magazines, their faces on billboards, their wealth flaunted online, but overnight, it all came crashing down. Why? Because their character didn't match their fortune. They cut corners, they lied, they hurt people, they made choices that may have boosted their bank accounts for a season, but when the truth came out, the very wealth they trusted in could not protect them. Money can buy comfort, but it cannot erase shame. It can buy a lawyer, but it cannot buy back trust. And here's the sobering part. It's not just famous people. Everyday people fall into the same trap. A father who cheats his business partners may provide for his family in the short run, but when his reputation is ruined, his children grow up carrying the shame. A mother who hides secrets or makes dishonest choices might gain a momentary advantage. But eventually, those choices catch up, and the respect she once had is gone. The Bible warns us about this. In 1 Timothy 6:9-10, those who want to get rich fall into temptation and a trap and into many foolish and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. Notice it doesn't say money itself is evil. It says the love of money, The obsession with wealth is what leads to ruin. And that ruin doesn't always come in the form of bankruptcy. Sometimes it's the quiet loss of respect. Sometimes it's the loneliness of realizing people don't believe your word anymore. Sometimes it's the weight of knowing you built your life on sand instead of stone. That's why God calls us to value purity above profit. Because profit without purity is poison. Riches without righteousness are ruin. You might build an empire with your hands, but if your name is stained, that empire will not last. So let this be a wake-up call. Don't chase money so hard that you lose yourself along the way. Don't be so focused on growing your bank account that you neglect your character, your family, and your faith. Because in the end, when your story is told, people won't remember the number in your bank account. They'll remember the kind of person you were. Maybe you don't have millions in the bank. Maybe right now you're worried about paying bills, or wondering how you'll stretch your paycheck to the end of the month. Maybe you look at your life and think, I don't have much compared to others. But here's the truth. If you have a good name, if people know they can trust your word, if you live with honesty and faith, you are already richer than you realize. Why? Because you carry something money cannot buy: respect, trust, peace, and favor. Those things make life meaningful in a way dollars never can. Think about it. A millionaire may sleep in a mansion, but if he lives with guilt and broken relationships, that mansion feels like a prison. On the other hand, a person of integrity may live in a small home. But if they are surrounded by love, trust, and God's presence, that home is filled with joy. Real wealth is not measured by square footage or bank balances, it's measured by peace in your heart and honor in your name. And here's the good news. God doesn't ask you to choose between living with a pure heart and being blessed materially. He promises that when you put Him first, He will take care of the rest. That's why Matthew 6:33 is so powerful. It says, "Seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you." What does that mean in everyday life? It means when you choose honesty over shortcuts, when you walk in kindness instead of selfishness, when you pray before making decisions, and when you treat people with respect. God sees it, and God rewards it. He may bless you with opportunities you didn't expect, open doors you could never open on your own, or provide resources right when you need them most. Some of you may feel overlooked right now. You've been faithful, you've tried to do what's right, but you don't see the fruit yet. Let me encourage you, don't give up. God has not forgotten you. Wealth may come and go in this world, but His promises never fail. Keep walking in integrity, keep building your good name, and in due season, God will provide. And remember this, financial provision is just one part of His blessing. Sometimes His richest blessings come in the form of health, peace in your mind, protection for your family, or opportunities for your children. These are treasures far greater than gold. So today, lift your head. Don't measure your life by what's in your wallet, measure it by what's in your heart. Because if you are seeking God first, living with a pure heart, and protecting your good name, then you are already walking in a kind of wealth that can never be stolen. So today, I want to leave you with a challenge. Protect your good name. Guard it as carefully as you would guard your most valuable possession, because in many ways, it is. You see, money comes and goes. Bank accounts rise and fall. Investments can grow, and they can collapse overnight. But your name, your reputation, your integrity, your character, that's something you carry for life. And it follows you long after you're gone. So I'm asking you to value integrity over shortcuts. The world will tell you, do whatever it takes to get ahead. But God says, walk uprightly, and I will bless you. Choose honesty over easy money. Easy money might give you a thrill for a moment, but honesty will give you peace every day. And peace is priceless. Think about how powerful it is when someone can look at you and say, I know they'll keep their word. That's more valuable than gold. When people say, I trust them, they're dependable. They do what's right, even when no one is watching. That's treasure. That's wealth that no thief can steal, no market can crash, and no economy can wipe out. And here's the truth. In God's eyes, your heart is worth more than gold. Your name, your character, your purity, that's the kind of wealth heaven recognizes. And when you live this way, not only do you bless yourself, you bless everyone around you, your family, your friends, your community, and even generations that will come after you. If this message has encouraged you, I'd love for you to join this journey with me. Hit that like button to let me know you're with me. Share this video with someone who needs the reminder that they are more than their bank account. And of course, subscribe if you want more faith-based wisdom, encouragement, and biblical truth. to guide your daily life, and here's something I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment down below and tell me, what do you value more, wealth or reputation, and why? Your story might encourage someone else who reads it. This isn't just about me talking to you, this is about us building a community of people who want to live with integrity, faith, and purpose. So let me leave you with this final thought: money may sparkle, but it fades. Reputation may not always shine as bright, but it lasts. And a pure heart, that's eternal. That's a kind of treasure that never loses value, never rusts, and never fades away. Remember this: a pure heart is better than wealth, because it's the kind of treasure that lasts forever.